Would you seriously date someone who cheated in their past relationships? No. My mother cheated on every man she was ever with. As a kid, I had a front seat at her drama. Despised every minute of it. No. I dated a cheater. She cheated, I forgave her, she cheated again. They don't reform. I dumped her and never dated another cheater. Yup, exactly my experience. Yes, I would. I currently am dating someone who cheated on a partner. I cheated on my high school boyfriend as well. I was young and immature. I hated myself for doing it. Also, people with mental health issues tend to be unstable and make impulsive choices. I worked hard to get where I am now, and my current boyfriend has as well. We talked and were very open and honest with each other. From past experiences, if dating a few girls that I knew cheated on their previous boyfriends. No, I would not and wish I didn't date them. But really, unless you know about their past or they are open with their past, you really won't know if they are a cheater or not until it's too late most of the time. I have cheated in the past, and I've been cheated on. That was the eye-opener for me, the pain and betrayal. I may have legally be an adult in my 20s, but I was still a dumb kid who needed to experience things firsthand. Been with my wife 10 years, and wouldn't dream of destroying our relationship. People can change, but if you don't trust someone now, you probably won't ever. My wife and I started dating at the age of 25. We both cheated on our prior partners. 15 years later we're both adultery-free and very happy. Sometimes kids do things that are fucked up. When I was 21 I was a different person to me at 25. I agree that it's often an immaturity thing. I did things in my early 20s I'd never dream of doing today. My entire perspective on reality was different and not in a good way. I'm in my 30s now and I don't even recognize that person. So yeah, I think people can change. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. If it happened once, then I think they can learn and grow to be better people. If they have a pattern of doing that in multiple relationships, then probably not. It is a mark on someone's character, a proof of their ease with being dishonest. No, I would not. Nope, but because of the lying that is required to really cheat, 1. You put them at risk of STDs, and some are permanent like herpes. 2. You were planning on lying to them forever if you didn't immediately tell them. The first point is legit something I didn't even consider. Thanks. Yes. I've cheated in the past and would absolutely never think of cheating on my husband. People mature. It really depends. If they cheated like one time in high school and haven't cheated in any of the following relationships, sure, people change. But if they cheated recently or have a history of it, then definitely not. Absolutely not. They'll absolutely do it again, found that out the hard way. Nah. I couldn't. Never dated anyone, but I could not imagine dating someone who was a cheater. If someone wants to date a person who did that, and it works out, more power to them. I'm just not that kind of person. No. Other comments are saying, it depends, as if there was a good reason to cheat. No. Past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. If they didn't have enough respect to call off their past relationship before they had an affair, then you shouldn't be looking at them as a potential partner. You deserve better. The overwhelming number of cheaters are not going to stop. It's a function of things like psychosis or narcissism and can't be cured. Few who can stop will ever have the personal growth that they do. You have a few people that legit just made a mistake, just messed up some timings, like they'd already decided to end the relationship, but hadn't gotten around to telling the other person, or maybe they just had an opportunity they couldn't pass up drop in their lap. However, identifying them out of the rest is near impossible. No. They'd do it again. Not saying they 100% will, but it's the fact that they were willing to once. If they found the right person, they'd be willing to do it again. I couldn't trust them fully, and that's not something I want out of a partner. Well, I have cheated in my past and so has my fiancé, but neither of us have cheated on each other. Yes. I think people can change, and if they have shown signs of regret for their past actions, I think it is okay. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Uck no. If I did do it would be to uck them over and make them hate themselves. As someone who's been cheated on, I share your sentiments. Cheaters have a special place in hell reserved for them. Personally, I gotta go with no. Once somebody does something, it's in the cards for them to do it again. All that stands between them and a relapse is the right circumstances. They may have grown as a human and they may have coping mechanisms in place, but, under the proper pressure, that behavior is still something that they find acceptable and justifiable. Take professional fights as an example. Every day two novice knows that sticking your hands out and leaning back or just shelling up is not a good way to avoid getting hit. But, at the highest levels, you see people do just that when they get tired or hurt enough. The only thing that keeps them from doing it right out of the gate is that they have enough of their faculties about them to keep from reverting to type. Once they're broken down, all those bad habits come out. And it's unlikely that somebody's put the same work into bettering themselves that professionals put into not being concussed. I cheated on a past partner when I was 18, so if I said no I would not only be a hypocrite but would have to believe that I never deserved to be loved again. So yes, I would seriously date someone who cheated in the past, so long as it was similar to mine. A one-night, teenage hormone-fueled mistake that you regretted basically instantly and told your partner about within a day of it occurring is very different from cheating on every person who you ever dated. Essentially, so long as it was a one-time thing, or short affair, long ago and they truly regret it, and learn from it, it is not a deal-breaker at all. No, how could I ever trust them? Speaking from personal experience, I wouldn't. I was in a relationship with a serial cheater. Never. As they say, once a cheater, always a cheater. They are certainly going to cheat, especially on me as I'm asexual, so there's no way I'd satisfy them. Everyone has different reasons to cheat or get out of a relationship, so absolutely I would date or be in a relationship with them. Absolutely not. The only exception would be if it was clear that they regret their past actions and are sincere about it. Personally, I could never. I've been cheated on multiple times by different partners, leaving me with some trust issues. And every person I know who has cheated once, has done it again. So if I knew ahead of time that someone had cheated before, I just know I'd never be able to stop thinking about it. I have to be able to trust a partner 100% or it's not going to work. Depends on how young they were when they cheated and if they did it in just one past relationship or most of them. If someone cheated in their early 20s but they're now late 20s or older and grown as a person, I see no reason not to date them. People make mistakes when they're young. If they're a serial cheater and have done this several times in most/all of their past relationships, then no, I'm not wasting my time dating them. It would require a serious conversation, and for them to be honest about it immediately. It's an incredibly difficult thing to talk about and consider. But it's about the foundations and how they've since grown. Unless if it's been like 2 months. Then I'm probably gonna end it, unless if they really do show complete and utter remorse, and take full responsibility. It really depends on the situation. Maybe they regretted it and aren't going to do it again. Then it's okay to give people second chances. But if they never talk about it or hide it actively, then there's reason for concern. Yes, but it's mostly due to my low self-esteem. I've known that 2 of my previous partners were actively cheating on me and continued to date them. So yes, I'd date a cheater. I wouldn't. Personally, I believe people don't change, they just get older. Kids may change as they grow into young adults, but the mindset they have is concrete. If someone cheats, I would be able to forgive them if it happened to me, but I would lose trust for them, and who's to say they wouldn't cheat again but themselves.